Yeah, it's promising to be another good battle between these two teams. Kettering against Diamonds, their two reserve sides playing this evening, but nevertheless, piece of silverware at the end of this game, that's for sure.
And as Dave said there, both teams really playing our reserve sides, not wanting to risk any injuries or anything like that for the rest of the season ahead. So it should be an interesting matchup then, Dave.
Well, I think that Kettering will be wanting to try and put on a bit of a performance. The fringe players obviously wanting to try and get in the first team as they battle against relegation. Diamonds, on the other hand, have got such strength in depth that I suppose they see this more as a training run out.
So it will be the Diamonds to get us under the way. Obviously dressed in white, attacking the goal to our right. Only touch there for John Brady. Obviously he is expected to start on Saturday against Hereford. Ball down line there from player manager Carl Shutt. Quite interesting, we've seen number 11 there for the Diamonds, Steve Spooner, youth team coach. It was rumoured that he was going to be coming back. Obviously signed, and he is here this evening for the Diamonds.
Good support from the Kettering fans, not many of them, but they're certainly making themselves heard. Kettering fielding, as we've said before, pretty much a second string side, but one or two notable players, Sean Murray, who was signed from Notts County, and Carl Fothergill from a team in Sheffield, Stocksbridge in the Unibond Division 1. Carl Shutt has high hopes for him, and it'll be interesting to see how he gets on in his first start for Kettering. Bossou there clearing somewhat exuberantly the Frenchman.
Was a goalkeeper signed not too long ago there for the Diamonds, Bertrand Bossou. Stuart Naylor, I think, is moving out into a coaching role. And the Diamonds really looking for backup for Billy Turley. Very tall, gangly character, Bossou. They're very capable between the sticks. Cole Shutt there with the ball forward, really to nowhere. John Brady will chase down.
Cole Shutt having a run out for only, I think, the second time, I think, this season, and certainly since he's taken over as manager, he's seen his role in the dugout, but I'm sure he'll be enjoying himself this evening.
Good header there from Segier. More chance for him to break now. He's beaten Ayres there, he's breaking through the middle, chance on his left foot maybe. Oh, that's unlucky. Obviously a right-footed player, Jean-Michel Segier, broke through the middle there. We had Richard Butcher going down the left-hand side, but really just didn't take the shot.
Wasted chance there, I think, for Diamonds. He should have done better.
He found it very difficult this season to break into the team. Signed towards the end of last year. But with Justin Jackson and Dwayne Darby in such good form, so far this campaign for the Diamonds has found it almost impossible to break through. There he is again, good rise. Obviously his strike partner this evening will be Mark Sale. Obviously returning back after a long time out with Hodgkinson's disease. Obviously Nene Park very happy to see him back. The Kettering now on the attack. Good tackle there from Butcher. Good work from Simon Wormel in the middle. Mills takes over. But John Brady just slotting into the right back position. There's a good ball over the top for Segier. Wilson does well to come and clear. Lively start from both teams. Good header from Sale. I think the feet were raised though. I think that was Lee who brought the foot up there. But it will be a Diamonds free kick. Brady leaves it and Jim Rodwell will take. Good ball down line from Rodwell. That's good work from Wormel, but excellent defending there from Lee. Wormel gets the cross in. Easy for Wilson though, collects the ball and quick throw out. There's Steve Spooner there. He ended his career really at the Diamonds.
bit scrappy at the minute, Simon. Neither side really able to dominate. No, neither goalkeeper had a save to make yet.
Good head from Salcombe there. Very versatile defender, Brett Salcombe. Really can play as a full-back or centre-half. So the first corner of the evening does fall to Kettering. Early chance for Bossu. They're just sorting out his defence. Murray to take. Oh, good climb from Perkins. Completely unmarked, straight in the back of the net. Kettering take the lead. Good corner though, Dave.
Yeah, it was. Sean Murray is a very good player. Chris Perkins, he doesn't get many chances now for Kettering. He's captain tonight and makes his mark. 8 minutes gone. Good header, and that gives Kettering a lead which perhaps will surprise a lot of people, but it will delight those behind the goal in the airway where stand, that's for sure.
Certainly was a very strong header there from Perkins. I think it was Brett Salcombe was the man who was supposed to be with him. Lots of room, 6 yards out, really gave Bossu no chance whatsoever. So Diamonds now chasing the game. It's really the third time the two teams have met this season. Way back towards the beginning of the campaign, they fought out a 1-1 draw here at Nene Park. So it's a good ball in. It was a shot that took a deflection, good save in the back of the net. Kettering 2-0 ahead, 9 minutes gone. Wilkinson there followed up. Diamonds standing around looking at each other, but Kettering really running away with this, Dave.
Well, it's a great start for the Poppies, no doubt. Sean Murray's free kick in there. Brett McNamara with the shot, took a deflection. Good effort by Bossu to get a hand to that, but Steve Wilkinson scoring very easily indeed. He's had very, very few chances this season at Kettering. Hasn't played more than 1 or 2 conference games, and then only as a substitute. And I think that's his first goal in serious football this season for Kettering.
But now Diamonds back on the attack with Segier. He's got a lot of space. Fired across looking for Mark Sale. Oh, very late tackle there. That was Simon Wormel, I think, went right through his man. But now Kettering back on the attack. I think the referee's noted it. Fothergill fires over.
I think Simon will find that it was Daniel Talbot who brought the challenge in on Brett McNamara, the Diamonds manager's son, finding his way into the referee's notebook. I don't suppose his dad will be very pleased about that.
I don't think so, but Daniel Talbot has come on. Signed on earlier in the season. Obviously a product of the youth system, but really went through his man there. So another Kettering free kick now.
Brett McNamara in the wars, brought down again. There, of course, there's a little bit of tension with Brett McNamara and Dwayne Darby going back to September in that game at Nene Park. I don't think the Diamonds fans like Brett McNamara very much.
So there's a chance there for Kettering. The ball fired across, really through a crowd. A lot of players went for it. I think it was Daniel Talbot got the clearance. So Kettering 2-0 in the lead, but looking good for their goals, Dave.
They certainly are. 2 decent goals as well. Kettering don't score many goals, and certainly not this early in the game.
Of course, a long way to go still. Piece of silverware up for grabs, obviously, the Northants Senior Cup. The game, as we said, not really high on the priorities list for the teams. Obviously, a lot of pride at stake. Both teams are qualifying for the final, beating teams from Corby.
It's interesting, Simon, that you have to play in this competition to be able to play in the FA Cup. If you don't play in the County Cup competition, you can't aim for the Millennium Stadium or wherever the FA Cup final is going to be in the next couple of years.
The ball flipped over. Rodwell not with a good clearance there. He'll follow that one, lashed in and straight into the back of the net. 3-0 to Kettering. Stunning stuff. Amazing goal, Dave.
Yeah, Carl Fothergill on his full debut for Kettering. Carl Shutt, I know, sees him as a striker rather than a midfielder. That's a heck of a shot. Great left foot drive. Bossu, no chance at all. And Kettering 3 up within 20 minutes. This is unprecedented.
Real terrible defending there from the Diamonds all over the place. It was Jim Rodwell who sliced away the clearance, got nothing on it. Obviously he's been out the Diamonds first team since really around Christmas. Mark Peters has forced his way in. And since then the Diamonds have been defending superbly. Obviously 16 games unbeaten in the league now. The only game that they have lost in 2001 was when they were knocked out of the Umbro Trophy, and that was by Forest Green.
They've got a heck of a job on their hands this evening if they're going to maintain that record. I suppose that people at Nene Park will say it is very much a second string lineup, but there's a lot of these players who have had conference experience, and so far the Kettering side are really dominating proceedings.
So the first Diamond substitution of the evening, we see John Brady coming off. He's going to be replaced by Luke Rowlett. You say that, Dave, looking down the Diamonds lineup, a lot of players who have played Conference League football this season, looking down the list. But Gary Mills, Jim Rodwell, Simon Wormel was in for a while. There is Wormel, maybe looking to line something up on his left foot. Fires it high and wide over. Also John Brady, Mark Sales played a few times. Segier as well. So a lot of players there who have played this season and really trying to catch Brian Talbot's attention.
They're not doing very well just at the minute. Simon Wormel, I remember at Dover, is a terrific player, but he seems to have gone backwards since he came to Nene Park. Certainly not the force that he used to be, that's for sure.
It was rumoured a few months back that Dover had put in a bid for him again, but that was quickly dismissed. So a free kick for Diamonds at 20 yards out. Talbot lines up. It's unlucky. Cheers from the Peter de Bank terrace. I think they thought that had actually hit the back of the net. It was a good curling left-footed free kick. Wall was static over the top. Only inches away though.
Yeah, good effort by young Talbot there, but I think Stevie Wilson in the Kettering goal had it well covered. But Diamonds really haven't threatened to peg any of this lead that Kettering took so early on back, and I dare say the management team will be a little bit concerned with the performance so far, Simon.
Yeah, as we've mentioned already, a lot of players there who have played first team football. There was a chance there. Here's a good header. Perkins, unlucky. Tried the spectacular shot, but fired way over Bossu's goal there.
I think that was a defender trying to be a centre forward. Doesn't work.
As I was saying, players really trying to catch the attention of Brian Talbot and Terry Wesley. Trying to get first team football with the Diamonds obviously pushing promotion to the Football League. Wormel comes in. It was good defending there by Murray. Come across to cover, but it will be a Diamonds corner. Pills there at the linesman. It was Murray and Fisher, I think, looking at the linesman, questioning his decision. But it will be a corner to the Diamonds. Obviously piling forward. Big men in the box, good in the air. Salen says yes, a good ball in. Oh, it's unlucky, fired away. Climb again, oh, it's unlucky, good save. That was Solkin, I think, fired the shot in, but Wilson did well to get down and save on his near post. Diamonds still threatening now. Wormel with a shot. Fired into a crowd. The Kettering defending well, chance to attack. Good spell this for the Diamonds though, Dave.
Yeah, certainly is, but 40 minutes gone, and it really is the first sustained attack by the Diamonds. Good work there by Solkin, good shot by him, and Steve Wilson doing well to get the block in. So Diamonds again pushing forward as we approach half-time. Milstead didn't get his foot properly on the ball. Wasn't a good touch. Well, I think that really sums up the game this evening, Dave. Well, I think it does from the Diamonds' point of view. I'm not so sure from the Kettering angle. They're going to be very happy, I think, with their first half performance. 3 good goals, and well, the game may very well be over before we get to the half-time whistle, and Kettering can perhaps afford to take their foot off the pedal just a little bit.
Mark Sal just caught offside there. I think really a time for Kettering to enjoy this now.
Certainly, and they've been playing some quite decent football as well.
Really pinning the Diamonds back and stringing passes together to the cheers of the crowd. I think maybe a goal just before half-time certainly would make the second 45 minutes interesting, wouldn't it?
Well, I think if Diamonds are going to get back into it, they've got to get a goal before half-time. But in truth, they really haven't threatened to any great extent. Kettering playing well, right from the goalkeeper through to the number 11.
So a chance now, Kettering back on the attack. This is Fisher lining up a shot that's unlucky. They go from a long way. It would have to be a good strike though to beat Bosu from that distance.
Matt Fisher enjoying that, I think, coming back from injury. He needs a bit of match practice just to get that sharpness back into his game.
Now Wormel again maybe trying to line something up for the Diamonds. Ball into the feet of Mark Sale. I think Wormel's looking for the return ball. Sergio with the left foot in, that's unlucky. Wormel had worked his way into the area. But Kettering defending very well so far. This is Talbot. It's unlucky, tried to roll it inside, but there is Wormel again. I think he's really the only player who has stood out for the Diamonds so far. That's Sale with the shot. Straight into the arms of Wilson. Keeper did well to get his body behind it.
Good turn by Sale, decent shot with his left foot, but Steve Wilson had that covered all the way. Quick throw down the line by McNamara. Tried to scoop it in a touch there for Spooner. Obviously still got the skill, Steve Spooner, but some might argue the legs aren't once as they were. It says yeah now, spreading it out wide. Rowler lets it go, Daniel Talbot will take over. The Butcher now, he's got Gary Mills inside. In the Segiers, good one-touch football this by the Diamonds, but Mills there with a sloppy bit of play, puts his foot on the ball, but there is the half-time whistle. So 3-0 at half-time, Dave, and Kettering looked very good for it. A dream 45 minutes for Carl Schutt's team.
And the Diamonds, who really have been all over the place. As you say, Dave, 3 good goals, but half-time at Nene Park, it's Kettering 3, Rushden and Diamonds 0.
NTV's coverage of the Hillier Senior Cup final is sponsored by Rapier Employment. Rapier Employment for light and heavy goods vehicle drivers. Rapier, clearly out in front.
Looking for a sofa but don't want to remortgage your home? Then come to Elite Furniture Centre, where you'll find top quality suites at low prices. And how do we do it? Because we are genuine manufacturers, supplying over 400 retailers nationwide, saving you hundreds of pounds on retail prices. With probably the largest selection of 3-piece suites in the Midlands and over 100 to choose from, starting as little as $399 for a settee and 2 chairs. And what's more, we'll deliver direct to your door for only £10 deposit, and you don't pay the balance until we deliver. Elite Furniture Centre, High Street Road Industrial Estate, Kettering. Our sofas leave everyone else standing.
Panasonic believe that only the best drivers keep their technology on the move. That's why they use Rapier to find them the drivers they can rely on. Rapier Employment are specialists in HGV driving recruitment, and because we care about our drivers, we offer you a package that delivers. Panasonic make the best. If you want to deliver the best, let the best driving recruitment company find you the best job you've ever had. Call Rapier now on Northampton 622 661 or visit us at 241 Wellingborough Road, Northampton.
Need a reliable car but just can't afford it? Are you saddled with this when you should be driving this?
I couldn't get a loan for a car anywhere till I called Chariot's Easy Car Credit. Although I've had a bad credit record in the past. Chariot's fixed me up. Now I've got a new car, a new job, and things are really looking up.
So how can I get a loan?
Just call Chariot's Easy Car Credit on 01536 723 724. We exclusively approve car loans for people who've had CCJs or other money troubles, even if you've been turned down elsewhere. It's so easy.
Now this is what I call a car.
Call Chariot's Easy Car Credit now. We want to say yes.
NTV's coverage of the Hillier Senior Cup final is sponsored by Rapier Employment. Rapier Employment for light and heavy goods vehicle drivers. Rapier, clearly out in front.
Hello and welcome back to Match of the Week from Nene Park. Rushden Diamonds against Kettering Town in the Northants Senior Cup final. Just joined us, Kettering 3-0 up from 3 strikes in the opening 20 minutes. Double substitution at half-time. See Sean Murray and Matt Fisher coming off, and they're going to be replaced by Wayne Duke and Andrew Spitchley. So obviously changed ends. Kettering dressed in the yellow, attacking the airwear stand. Well, I think that Kettering would have been very pleased with their first half performance, Dave.
Very happy indeed, I'm sure. And it was nice for them that Carl Fothergill should have got Kettering's third goal. A young lad from Sheffield who's making his full debut. As far as the substitutions go, though, Andrew Spitchley, an interesting character. He's only 17, I think, a pace player for Kettering. Wayne Duke, of course, very experienced now in the conference. Matt Fisher, having had 45 minutes just to hone his match fitness. Sean Murray's got a bit of a niggle in his calf, and that's why he's gone off.
So I'm sure Brian Talbot will have had a few choice words to say to his team. No half-time substitutions for the Diamonds. Of course, we did see John Brady being replaced by Luke Rowlett after about 30 minutes. And obviously, John Brady playing Saturday, shot fired in there by McNamara. Left foot kept it very low. Bossu seemed to have it covered though.
Not a bad effort by McNamara this. I think Daniel Talbot did well to just close him down as well. And that made McNamara just rush his shot a little bit.
So Talbot there with the free kick fired in. Unlucky Kettering head on the end of it. But there is McNamara. Good ball down the right-hand side. Hudson, he's on his own at the minute. Got to hold the ball up. And fires a deep cross in. Well taken though by Bossu. Very tall, gangly character. Very good in the air. But I think his kicking does leave a lot to be desired from the look of that one. I think he was just trying to get a quick clearance in to release Mark Sale down the right-hand side.
Kettering started well again in this second half though, playing some decent football, and I really would expect the Diamonds to put up something of a fight in this second half. It may only be the Northants Senior Cup, but it is the Diamonds against Kettering, and there's certainly a lack of passion, it seems to me, about the Diamonds' performance. Kettering putting a good deal more effort into their play.
There's a ball fired across by Solcombe. Oh, that's unlucky. Mark Zale and Segera in the box. Really too far ahead of both of them. Coleshock coming in far post, seem to have it covered. Also from the Diamonds' point of view, eyes elsewhere because Yeovil are taking on Doncaster in the Conference League. That's one of the two games that Yeovil do have in the hand. So they've got a tricky weekend. Saturday they will be facing Lee RMI, who I'm sure all Diamonds fans will know can be a tricky team to face. So it was first defeat of the season for the Diamonds up in Lee, and then a difficult 1-1 draw back in March at Nene Park.
Jason Lee for Kettering. Hobbling, he took a knock. Jason Lee's been a bit of a disappointment this season. Highly thought of, lots of potential, but just hasn't made the progress that everybody at Rockingham Road was hoping for.
Good climb there by Solken. Beat McNamara in the air. Ball down line trying to release Segier. Well, Segier ends up in a pile on the floor. And almost clatters into the injured Jason Lee there, who's receiving treatment.
We've just got a glimpse there of Colin Bowden, acting manager tonight, and looking very smart in his overcoat, perhaps in the mould of Alex Ferguson. Perhaps he has ambitions.
So yeah, a long way to go for either of these teams until they do reach the dizzy heights of the Premiership. So that was Gary Mills there with the shot through a crowd, did it with his right foot. Very good player, Gary Mills, forced his way into the team early on in the season. But since the arrival of Sean Carey at Nene Park, really has found it difficult to secure first team place. But very strong midfielder, likes to run with the ball. Unlucky Wormel caught offside there. Not too close, I think there was only about 2 or 3 yards in it, so you can really argue too much with the linesman's decision. The game really slowing down in the second half, Dave.
Very much a low-key affair now. Kettering happy with their 3-goal advantage. They don't look quite the same side without Murray and Fisher in midfield. That's hardly surprising. Wayne Duke, that's Wayne Duke going forward there, brought down unceremoniously by Jim Rodwell and winning a free kick. Very late challenge by Rodwell, but Wayne Duke not really a central midfielder, much prefers to play wide on the right hand side, and Andy Speechley is very inexperienced, so it's hardly surprising that Kettering have lost their way just a little bit, but I am very surprised that Diamonds haven't put them under more pressure.
Yeah, you are right there, David. He's a bit of a mystery, really just sitting back, don't seem to be too bothered about the scoreline at the minute, but Jim Rodwell going into the referee's book. Very late tackle. Duke burst through and not very subtle though from Rodwell. It will be a Kettering free kick. Fired into the box deep. Oh, it's a good climb. I think it was McNamara who climbed far post. Beat Solken in the air, fired it straight across the goal of Bertrand Bossou, but nobody there to follow up. Unlucky though, good effort.
Certainly a good effort by McNamara. I think he was going for goal and not too far away.
So Kettering working their way back into the game. As you say, it was really stalemate for the opening period of this second half, but I think Kettering really taking hold of it again and looking like the team they were in the opening 45 minutes. Good ball though from Simon Wormel, releases Solken out on the right hand side. Good tackle though from Hudson, stood up well. We'll go with the clearance. Taken down well by Segier. Very strong player, Jean-Michel Segier. Much in the, really in the mould of Dwayne Darby. Very strong, very tall. Good in the air. And can certainly put them away as well.
Hasn't had too many chances this evening though, with the Poppers defence holding firm. Jamie Ayres playing alongside Chris Perkins at the centre of the defence. He's not a bad player. He's been on trial for a couple of games for Kettering, looking to impress Carl Shutt, and he's not doing too badly this evening, playing alongside the player manager for Kettering.
Ball chipwood there by Talbot, giving Carl Shutt the chase down. He'll let it go. It's been closed down by Luke Rowlett and Jean-Michel Segier. So I think as we move on later into the game, David, it looks like Kettering's trophy.
Well, it looks like it, and I suppose you could probably say that after the first 20 minutes. It's difficult for any team, whoever you are, to claw back 3 goals, having given them away so quickly and so early on. Chris Perkins there getting a knock, and another name in the notebook, Richard Butcher, who I think is fairly highly thought of at Diamonds, another young player who has made progress.
Yeah, they have got a lot of youngsters coming through. And I think really for a team that are ambitious like the Diamonds, want to be pushing into the Football League, you've really got to have a good squad system in place. And a lot of youngsters coming through as well. There is one of them, Gary Mills, chipping over the top. Trying to release Richard Butcher, but Wilson was very quick off his line, very alert. Again, things just slowing down this evening at Nene Park. Wilson with a long clearance forward. Segier comes back to tidy up. And Talbot left in a pile on the floor. Referee's going to call it back. That was Hudson who went in. Left Talbot in a heap on the floor. Seems to have been a lot of pain, but no love lost between these two teams, Dave. Whether you one of the top conference games or really just two reserve sides, the passion's always there, isn't it?
Oh, good-hearted rivalry, I think. We haven't seen too many bad tackles going in. Danger here for Kettering. Simon Wormel bursting through there, but Steve Wilson able to come to the Poppies' rescue.
I think the only real chance that the Diamonds have had this evening. Wilson did very well, very quick off his line. Went in hard with Wormel. Won the ball fairly, of course, and then wrestled it away from his feet. But Diamonds are showing signs of life. They have got a team out there. Hard to believe, I know. Good flick from Sale. Trying to release Segier. I think the two Kettering centre-halves have done very well so far in this game. Kept Segier and Sale very quiet, and also the supply to them as well. But as we say that, Segier now down the left-hand side. Good deep ball, unlucky. Oh, that's Wormel came in. Or maybe Butcher lining one up. It's unlucky, let go from a long way. But Wilson, though, just turned and watched it fly over his goal. The Diamonds are slowly trying to work their way back in this game, Dave.
Yeah, not a bad effort by Butcher there, but Steve Wilson having no problems with it. Substitution there, Jason Lee, who got a knock earlier on, being replaced by Andy Waite, another youngster that has been waiting his turn at Kettering, but he's still got a fair amount to learn. This will do his experience no harm at all.
Another good take there by Bosu. Early ball out into the feet of Talbot. Both goalkeepers have had quite a quiet evening, although Bosu letting in 3 early goals. Really, from then on, neither goalkeeper have had much to do.
No, it has been quiet, but I think that's to Kettering's credit, because they got the goals early on. They didn't need to press forward. Diamonds did if they wanted to get back in the game, and simply they haven't.
Ball being fired around in the middle. Good flick from Wormel. Good strength from Segier, though. Wrestles his man off the ball. Fired out wide now. Wormel, chance to cross. Bit too deep. Butcher was coming in far post. Really just overhit. That's good work from Butcher. He's got Talbot up line in support. Talbot taking his time. Good ball in with the left foot. That's unlucky. Sal was there with the climb. Not the most convincing of clearances. Wormel trying to turn. Segier fires. Straight over the bar and straight into the Peter de Bank terrace.
Diamond certainly coming back into it a little bit, but with 75 minutes gone, only 15 to go, they've got a veritable mountain to climb if they're going to get back into this game. Not a bad effort, though, from Segier on the turn, but high over Steve Wilson's bar.
So Diamond's free kick on the halfway line. Rodwell takes, knocked forward. Good climb by Sale. It's unlucky Solcombe was in there. Butcher couldn't quite line it up. Knocks it out wide to Talbot. Ball's on his right foot. Very much a left-footed player, Daniel Talbot. Oh, but Butcher let go from a long way. That's unlucky. It curled, it dipped. Just scraped past Wilson's post, though. He seemed to have it covered. He went down. But Diamonds again showing signs of life, trying to work their way back into the game. But maybe it's just a case of a bit too little too late.
Well, it certainly is going to be a real fight back if Diamonds do get into the game now. They've got a chance here at least for some sort of consolation.
That's Talbot with the ball in, and Sal's coming far post. 3-1. Diamonds have been threatening over the last quarter of an hour. A lot of chances, and Mark Sal snuck up far post. Not really good goalkeeping though by Wilson. Stretch got fingertips to it, but just left a completely empty net.
I think that was poor goalkeeping from Wilson, and Sale getting goal side of Jamie Ayres as well. Simplest task for him to knock the ball into the empty net. Perhaps there is a twist to the tale as this game goes into its final moments, but surely from Kettering's point of view that will just liven them up a bit and cause them to work that a little bit harder in the remaining minutes to make sure that they secure the victory that really I think over the game their performance is deserved.
Of course, right from the off they really seemed up for it. Opening goal after 8 minutes. Ball in the box. I think really that's the only way that Diamonds really have been susceptible this season. First team as well. Long balls into the box from set pieces, corners, free kicks. Conceded a lot of goals so far this season from that. Obviously the second strike after 9 also another long ball into the box causing confusion. And then as you say there, Dave, after 20 minutes it was really sealed. Wormel there with attempt on his left foot, just firing it high over the crossbar. But I think that really does sum up the Diamonds evening. So Wilson with a long kick as the seconds tick down. And there is the final whistle. Kettering have taken the game 3-1. And they are crowned as Northants Senior Cup winners. And a good performance. But a cheer does ring around Nene Park because the score has just appeared on the board. Yeovil have been beaten by Doncaster. It's now back in the Diamonds' hands.
I think for this evening, Simon, it's Kettering who are earning the plaudits. Their fans behind the goal in the airway stand giving them a well-earned round of applause. The Diamonds players looking a little bit subdued, and well they might, because they've been well beaten tonight. And there is the Hillier Senior Cup, much prized trophy as far as the Northants FA is concerned. The Diamonds players receiving their runners-up medals, and runners-up by some distance, I would say, this evening. 3 good goals by Kettering in the first 20 minutes really killed the game off, with Chris Perkins, Steve Wilkinson and Carl Fothergill doing the business for Kettering. And from then on in, it was really a solid performance by the Poppies, and they're the record holders of the Hillier Senior Cup. And once again, the trophy will adorn the trophy cabinet at Rockingham Road.
I think the Diamonds will be very, very disappointed with this evening's performance. Kettering came with the job to do. They did it very well. 3 very early goals, as you say, Dave. And then they really locked up shop. And now coming to receive the trophy. Very happy moment for Cole Shutt and the rest of the team. But the defending really from the Diamonds for the 3 goals, very, very disappointing. As I said earlier, they really have been undone by long balls into the box all season, and that has rubbed off onto the reserve team as well.
Chris Perkins there, captain for the night, picking up the trophy. It's been a difficult season for Kettering, of course, and any little glimpse or spark of victory is well received at Rockingham Road, and the players going to their fans.
But at the end of the night, Kettering are very deservedly crowned Northants Hillier Senior Cup champions. Final score 3-1. Carl, congratulations, good performance, very good win there.
It was a good performance, yeah. We showed a bit of commitment at the end because there was 2 or 3 players struggling with strains, but we'd used the subs up and we kept on for the full 90.
3 goals after 18 minutes. Pretty good strikes, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, we hit them early. I mean, we had another couple of chances which we didn't take, but we was happy. We were just slightly disappointed we didn't keep a clean sheet, but you know, we did a job.
The game was won and lost in the first 20. I think it was 25 minutes. They scored 3 goals and they won it. We started poorly. Our defending was disgraceful. 3 set pieces they scored from. We defended, as I say, badly for all of them. They put them in the net. I mean, I think they were the first 3 shots they had. After that, it was an even game, but the game's finished. And in the second half, we obviously scored a goal, but it's too late and disappointing. And I've told the players that is not good enough.
Obviously, a game not high on your priorities list, but a nice chance for you to have a look at your youngsters and your squad players.
Yeah, I mean, what you want them to do is to say, "Yeah, Gaffer, I want to play in your first team." And not too many people said that tonight. I mean, they can talk to me about it, but I think they've got to do it on the pitch, really. And yeah, it was a bit disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a couple of trialists, and a couple of lads what's just come back from injury and that. So, you know, I'm really pleased with the performance. I mean, after all, we're still a part-time outfit, and we can't work on things every day like they can.
And enjoyed some good support as well from the fans that came down.
Kettering's fans are also top class. You know, wherever we've been, they've got behind us and lifted us. So we've got no complaints from spectators. They've been top class.
Sun shining here at Rockingham Road, and the Match of the Week crew are out in full force. David Dunham, a perfect day here at Rockingham Road, a packed house, couldn't be better, could it?
Absolutely, it's a tremendous example, I think, for the conference and for the local football. I mean, one of these 2 sides is going to be top of the conference tonight. It's just a tremendous atmosphere.
Kettering need a win today, don't they?
They've absolutely got to win today. If they don't win today, I reckon the conference title will have gone. But if they do, with the games that have got to come, well, they're well back in the race, I think. Diamonds, for their part, they'll obviously be looking to win as well. A draw will put them top anyway.
And what about player news? You usually get the lowdown from what's happening here at Rockingham Road. Craig Norman, we understand he's back from suspension.
Well, I know that Craig was suspended last week at Cheltenham, but he's back today, I'm certain of that. And I think Dominic Barclay will play. He came in from Macclesfield last week, and he played at Cheltenham. I'm pretty sure he'll be playing up front alongside Brett McNamara. I don't think Lee Hudson's fit.
Now, your heart will say a Kettering win. What about your head?
My heart certainly says a Kettering win, and all those associated with the club will say a Kettering win. They'll do well, I think, to get a result this afternoon. It's going to be very difficult. The results at Rockingham Road over the last couple of years have been poor as far as Kettering are concerned, but maybe this year will be the year when they turn it. I can't see it, though.
It's going to be a tremendous game, whatever happens.
Absolutely fantastic, yeah.
Thanks very much indeed, David. Enjoy the game. Kettering Town against Rushden Diamonds has been probably the most eagerly awaited fixture in the conference this season. Certainly fans in this corner of Northamptonshire have been waiting all season to see these two great local rivals pit their wits against each other. And David Dunham, we couldn't have a better day for it.
Absolutely not, Andrew. It's a tremendously exciting prospect. Both sides, of course, at the top of the conference, vying for that all-important place in the Football League. Kettering need to win more than Diamonds today, probably, but it's a terrific local derby that we've got in store today.
Well, Kettering Town are being greeted here by the packed house here at Rockingham Road. Well over 5,000 inside this compact little ground. Probably one of the best attendances we're going to see in the conference this season. The stage is set for a terrific game. Well, Rushden Diamonds come into this local derby on the back of 2 3-2 away wins, and the same again today would do nicely, I'm sure, for Brian Talbot. The Diamonds side there shows only one change from the team that beat Leek 3-2 in midweek. Miquel de Souza keeps his place after scoring, and Darren Collins is back from suspension. Tim Wooding relegated to the bench because Darren Bradshaw is back to full fitness there. And he and Rodwell are joined in the centre of the Diamonds defence by Guy Branston, the 20-year-old lone recruit brought in from Leicester City a couple of weeks ago. Mark Smith, the Diamonds goalkeeper, has conceded 4 goals in his last 2 games.
And Peter Morris names the fittest side that he can. Lee Hudson and Phil Brown haven't recovered from injuries. We've got Davy Williamson, who was signed on Wednesday as one of the substitutes. Brett McNamara there, the leading scorer for the Poppers this season. He'll be anxious to get on the score sheet again. And Dominic Barkley in as loanee from Macclesfield. He replaces Lee Hudson. Craig Norman back after a 1-match ban. He missed the game at Cheltenham. A vital member of the Poppers back 3. And Adam Sollett, who's kept 15 clean sheets in all games this season. He'll want to keep another one today.
Well, Kettering was shorn of a few players for that vital trip down to Cheltenham last week, David. They lost 3-0, so nothing other than a win will do today, I'm sure.
Absolutely, and I'm sure that the Diamonds fans will be saying that nothing short of a win for them as well. It's so close at the top of the conference.
4 games to go for Kettering after this. Are they running out of games, do you think?
Well, it's beginning to look that way, but you never know what the top teams have got to play each other, and well, if there's lots of draws, well, I think they've still got a chance.
Absolutely, and we shouldn't forget as well that Cheltenham visit Nene Park 7 days from today, so there's still a lot of football to be played at the top of the conference before the last ball is kicked. But at last, the first local derby between these two sides this season is underway, and of course we shouldn't also forget, David, that Kettering have still never beaten the Diamonds in the conference.
No, they certainly haven't. They've played them 4 times, and in truth at Rockingham Road they've been battered twice, so it'll be interesting to see this afternoon whether they're improved in that respect. It promises to be a terrific battle.
Absolutely. Well, that's Cooper down early on for Rushden Diamonds, and it looks as if the away side have won a free kick within the opening seconds, and Paul Underwood will take it. Loads of players packed in there. That was Rodwell, I think, getting the header in early on, and the first effort on goal is from the away side, straight into the hands of Adam Sollett.
See Rodwell there, it's a good header, but it's easily covered by Adam Sollett. He's a good goalkeeper this season.
Well, a late challenge on this near side. There's going to be a fair bit of needle going on this afternoon. The victim of the challenge was Nick Hayden.
There's no love lost, is there, between the respective benches. Peter Morris and Brian Talbot, of course, go back a very long way. Looks as if Darren Collins is going to get his name in Mr. Park's notebook. We're only in the 2nd minute, and that will mean that Darren Collins will certainly have to watch his step for the rest of the game.
Well, certainly that's a blow for Rushden, because the physical element to Darren Collins' game is important for Rushden, and he's going to have to watch himself for the remaining 88 minutes. Well, that's a free kick lofted into the Diamonds box there.
Martin Matthews here for Kettering. He's had a terrific season. Very quiet, goes about his business very efficiently. Good long ball in there, but cleared away by Bradshaw. Diamonds back in possession.
This is Brady challenging Miss Carl Adams. Brady skips away from Adams. That's Rodwell. Up to Collins. And the ball will drift through harmlessly to Sollett in the Kettering goal.
Early exchanges here, Andrew. It's very much a cat and mouse game. Neither side really looking to go forward with any purpose. It's a midfield battle, that's for sure. let's hope that it opens up as the game goes on.
Yeah, I think it might be a case of whichever side. Well, Bradshaw's slipping there a couple of times, but getting away with it. Seems to me as if it's going to be the side who settles first, who's maybe going to dictate the pace of this game. We'll have to wait and see.
I think that's right. There's so much at stake here. Diamonds going forward, having the better of the possession just at the minute, but not really putting the Poppies defence under any pressure. I think the Poppies fans expected that the Diamonds would come here and press forward at every opportunity, but while they're having the possession, they're not really creating anything, and the Poppies are looking fairly comfortable.
It's a bit of a scrappy opening. Players not being given any time on the ball whatsoever, as you'd expect. Well, another free kick there goes Rushden's way. Heggs was the player being impeded. And we've seen Cooper strike dead balls from this sort of range on more than one occasion before. He's standing over it, Brady's there as well. Looks like it'll be Cooper though. Right-footed shot, straight at the wall.
Brett McNamara, I think, getting one in the face there. He'll feel that for a moment or two. Brady knocking the ball back in, and there's a little bit of a scuffle there. Referee Mr. Park's in very quickly to separate Craig Norman, and well, I'm not sure who it was from the Diamond side, but a nasty incident potentially there, cleared up very quickly by the referee.
Solid takes this free kick. Branston headed forward. McNamara shooting, but from some distance out. His effort was tame and failed to trouble Mark Smith. Still 0-0 at Rockingham Road. We've had just over 10 minutes.
Truth is, Andrew, neither goalkeeper's really been called into action at all so far, and that's perhaps a testament to how tense and nervous these players are. We keep saying there's so much at stake in this game. It may be that the conference title will be won and lost here this afternoon, who knows?
Absolutely. Rodwell hooking the ball forward, over to Sousa's head. That's Norman, back to Solid, although Collins is chasing.
Adam Solid, you know, has come on leaps and bounds this season. He looked a little bit nervy when he came into the Kettering side at the start of the season, but he's improved no end and must be vying with Smith as one of the best goalkeepers in the conference. Brett McNamara now, here's a chance, trying to get across him. That's a good tackle from Darren Bradshaw. Concedes the corner though. First corner of the game. Goes Kettering's way. Can they make anything of this? Paul Rayner there. Playing the ball in, short, looking for the return. Crossing the ball in there. But it's cleared away. That danger pass to Sousa now, playing it back, and the Diamonds trying to move forward. But Martin Matthews, as reliable as ever, clearing the ball away.
That was Brady. Given away though by John Brady. Kettering try and move forward again on this left-hand side. That's McNamara, Rodwell. Once again, this game has to be stopped to for a free kick to be taken. It's all scrappy and very physical in the opening stages. The play's pretty congested, and we haven't had a clear goal-scoring opportunity to speak of yet.
I think Peter Morris will probably be the happier of the two managers just at the minute. I think the feeling was that Diamonds probably had overall more strength in their side, but the Poppers certainly are battling extremely well. There's a scrap going on there. Matt Fisher, though, clearing the ball away, and that sort of little moment summed up the game so far. No one able to put their foot on the ball and create anything worthwhile.
That was Cox clearing. Cooper beats Hayden in the air. And Fisher. Bradshaw's pass looks for Brady, doesn't get there though. McElhatton nips in, and that was Carl Adams winning the ball off Michael McElhatton's toes, and he wants to move forward for Kettering now. Brady backtracks, now Barkley, well played by Darren Bradshaw. Branston.
And again we see defences dominating. There's D'Souza and Norman, the assistant referee, deciding that D'Souza was a little bit too physical there.
D'Souza not happy about that at all. Tussling on the edge of the area with Craig Norman there.
marvellous, isn't it, Andrew, to see so many people here at Rockingham Road, and the fans vying with each other, but it's certainly a good spirit amongst the fans, and that's good to see.
Absolutely. It's a long time since we've seen the away end at Rockingham Road here so full. Well, that's Brady, who appears to have taken a knock. And it's all pretty bitty, isn't it?
Certainly is, and I suppose it's a local derby. We were all perhaps expecting too much to expect flowing, open football. Both sides are desperate to get into the Football League, and really no one wants to make a mistake. But there's the Sousa with a overhead flick, but Adam Sollitt in good position there, gathers that comfortably, clears the ball away. Flick on there from McNamara to Barkley. Good turn by Barkley. He's looking for support. It's Matt Fisher running into trouble, surrounded by 3 Diamonds defenders. They get the ball away, but only to Matthews, who knocks the ball back in. Rodwell climbing well there, but still it's Hayden to Adams. Knocks the ball in, looking for D'Souza. Bradshaw getting it away this time. Good spell this for the Poppies.
That was McElhatton nodding the ball away from the danger zone from the Diamonds' point of view. Heggs sprays it out wide to Underwood. Inside him is Collins, as is Cooper moving forward. Paul Underwood, a scorer the last time these two sides met here at Rockingham Road. Last season the Diamonds came here and won 4-0. And we're not going to see a repeat of that scoreline today, are we?
Those Poppies fans certainly are hoping that it isn't going to be that scoreline, and the way the game's going, I think it's probably unlikely.
Now McElhatton. Brady. Diamonds players are piling players forward, and Sollitt comes and catches comfortably.
Sollitt clearing upfield now, trying to build something again for the Poppies. It's deep, but Rodwell able to play it back to Smith. Smith's first touch not too comfortable, and under pressure from Barkley, he has to clear the ball into the Britannia Road, where the main Poppies fans are gathered, packed in there. Martin Matthews knocking the ball in.
That's McNamara inside the Diamonds box there. Bradshaw gets a toe poke in. Now McElhatton. And the shot coming in was by Nick Hayden. 19 minutes gone, and that's 2 efforts we've seen from Kettering on the Diamonds goal, but neither have been sufficient to trouble Mark Smith. This was Hayden on the edge of the box, scuffing his shot more than anything, dragging it well wide.
Neither side, Andrew, has put the opposing goalkeeper under any real pressure, and it's a midfield and defensive battle that really isn't going anywhere at the minute, is it?
Scrappy stuff, but like you say, David, what more could we have expected? There's been a lot of hype surrounding this game in the week leading up to today. I think everyone was expecting a classic, but it's not turning out that way.
Certainly isn't, but the Diamonds have a chance here. Bradshaw with his free kick just in the Poppies half, knocking it forward into the area.
It was rounded up, and D'Souza got the effort in, which was over Sollitt's crossbar. A half chance really for the Diamonds, nothing more. D'Souza sticking out a leg and trying to connect with that flick on from the free kick. But his eventual effort posed more problems to the Diamonds fans packed in behind that goal than it did to Sollitt. Just looking at the recent form of these two sides, David, Kettering, after a good run at the start of the year, have fallen off slightly lately, and 2 wins, 2 draws, 2 defeats in their last 6 games. They've been dropping points. Certainly 2 heavy defeats as well at Northwich and Cheltenham haven't probably done them any good.
No, that's certainly true, but here's...
that was Adams with an effort which drifted on target.
I think Mr. Smith had it well covered though in the Diamonds. Now, as you were saying, the Poppies form hasn't been that good, whereas the Diamonds, of course, have hit form, I suppose Brian Talbot would say, at just the right time after they had their dip. Every team does have a dip during the course of the season, and I suppose that's why at the top of the conference there are 3 or maybe 4 teams close to each other, all vying for that place in the Football League.
Well, that was Collins on Craig Norman, and Darren Collins might well be in trouble here. He's already been yellow carded. Craig Norman's writhing around as if he's been shot, and Brady has gone over to Norman and has said, "Get up." Now, what's the referee going to do? No doubt that contact was made between Norman and Collins.
Well, that's a push in the back, Andrew. I think that's a bookable offence. Mr. Parks is giving Darren Collins a real talking to, and well, I think he's going to go.
Well, I don't think he is going to go, David. The referee's just having a word with him, saying, I don't want to send anyone off in a local derby, just calm down. But I fancy the next time Darren Collins does step out of line, he's off the pitch.
Craig Norman is off the pitch with that back injury, and there's something pretty unfair, it seems to me, that the team who have the injured player should be down to 10 men. I think Darren Collins is very lucky still to be on the field.
Well, whatever, he still is on the field, but has got to watch his step very, very carefully for the remainder of this game. That's Brady tussling with Adams, and the Rockingham Road fans are up in arms about that as well. Tremendous atmosphere here at Rockingham Road today, isn't it, David?
There certainly is, but the tension on the field amongst the players, I think, is beginning to spill over, and if Mr. Parks isn't careful, this game is going to flare up into something unpleasant. I don't think anybody wants to see that.
Well, that was Barkley getting a cross in, which Smith caught, and Dominic Barkley made his debut at Wadden Road last Saturday in Kettering's 3-0 reversal. He's come from Macclesfield, only 22 years old, and looks a useful prospect.
Seems to hold the ball up very well, but hasn't done too much in front of goal. But I suppose he's got a job to do, and Peter Morris will be looking for Brett McNamara to find the back of the net. But good turn there by Barkley. Pulled back by Rodwell, and Rodwell, I think, is lucky not to be booked there. Rodwell having to come off for treatment for an eye injury. I understand he got a nasty injury to his eye a few weeks ago that needed quite a few stitches, and it may be that cuts open. But free kick for Kettering coming in. Rayner looking for Norman, but the ball cleared away, and Brady getting it wide to D'Souza. Diamonds with a chance to break here.
And that is D'Souza to Paul Underwood. Covering is Martin Matthews. A splendid challenge as well there by Matthews. Wins possession back for the home side. But Bradshaw intercepts that intended pass towards Barkley. Branston. Well, Branston's ball is lofted to no one in particular there. Solid catches.
Sums up the whole game, doesn't it?
A lot of possession being surrendered, really. We've had half of this first half. Kettering 0, Rushden Diamonds 0 at Rockingham Road.
Cheltenham, of course, not playing today. They're playing in the trophy, so they'll have yet another game to play. There's Adam Sollett, though, trying to head the ball away from Darren Collins. Could have been a dangerous moment, but Sollett getting at least half a forehead on that one to give Diamonds the throw-in. Brady to Heggs. Heggs trying to create something and going down this right-hand side, getting to the byline. Can he get a decent cross in? He certainly gets a cross in. That's Matt Fisher. That's a good header away. And I think, Andrew, that's about the first time that either side have got to the byline and put in a worthwhile cross.
Well, a wasted opportunity really there, because Diamonds have plenty of players in the area, and Carl Heggs failed to pick any one of them out. Well, that's Branston conceding a throw-in.
Yeah, and as I was saying, Cheltenham, of course, playing Henley in the trophy. It means they've got another league game to play. You've already mentioned about them going down to Nene Park next week. It's all really hotting up to a tremendous climax. And let's not forget that these two sides meet at Nene Park on the last day of the season as well. That really could be the title decider.
Carl Heggs on his backside, winning a throw-in on the far touchline there for Rushden. Underwood takes it, gets it back. Higgs' ball, not a bad one, over Cooper's head, and Cooper gutted that he couldn't reach it. Well, Rushden probably having the better of it in the last 5 or 10 minutes or so. This was Higgs delivering another cross in, which was above Cooper, and yet again we're still to talk about a genuine goal-scoring opportunity, David.
Very few and far between. In truth, I don't think really there have been any so far, and the fans, well, they're fairly quiet. You would expect a bit more noise from them, but the Diamonds fans raising a cheer there as Underwood goes forward trying a shot from distance, but that's off target. As far as I can remember, the only shot that's been on target was D'Souza's overhead flick, and that was a speculative effort at best. So the fans really not getting their money's worth in terms of goal-mouth action so far.
Well, it was going to take a decent effort to beat Adam Solik from that sort of distance from Paul Underwood. But you only have to cast your minds back to Tuesday night at Harrison Park, where Underwood scored an absolute beauty against Leek. To know of his capabilities. That's Barkley. This is Hayden. And the shot took a deflection, nearly fell from McNamara, across the face of goal, and Rushden will be able to clear their lines.
Nick Hayden's been quite influential, I think, in midfield. He's on loan. I think this may be his last game for Kettering at this stage, unless the loan period is extended, but he's looked to be the most likely Kettering scorer. But Martin Matthews playing well there, keeping possession, ball knocked forward. But Brady clearing up. Carl Adams putting in a challenge there. He's claiming the throw-in. Mr. Parks gives it the other way.
Well, just before, about a week before transfer deadline day, the news emerged from Nene Park that Brian Talbot had signed Steve Berry, who, due to suspension, wasn't available for 3 matches. This is the second of those 3 for Rushden. But I'm just wondering, if he was playing this afternoon, what sort of reception could he have received, David?
I think there's no doubt the reception he would have received. I know Steve Berry very well, and he wouldn't have minded, but the fans, I think, in the Britannia Road would not have been delighted to see him on the field. That's probably an understatement.
As it is, he missed the trips to Morecambe and Leek. Of course, he's not eligible for today, and I don't think we'll be eligible for next Saturday's game against Cheltenham, but after that we'll be seeing Steve Berry in a diamond shirt. That's Michael Hatton hacking the ball forward. Bowden clears. This is Norman. Once again, the ball simply pumped into the opposition's half. This is Brady. Rodwell nearly slipped. It's let in. Brett McNamara here. Opportunity for Kettering. The ball's been played across towards Hayden, but cleared. And the Diamonds once again have a bit of time in which to breathe. Now Collins moves forward, tries to cut inside Paul Cox. With him is Heggs now. Heggs gets it and shoots. But we've become used to that sort of effort this afternoon. Once again, the goalkeeper not troubled.
I was just thinking, Andrew, about the Steve Berry business, him going down to the Diamonds. You say you expect him to be playing as soon as his suspension is up. I'm not quite sure where he'll fit in to the team. I don't know whether you've got any thoughts on that. The midfield of the Diamonds, McElhatton and Cooper, have been playing so well, I understand. It's difficult to see where Steve Berry will fit in.
Well, John Brady's going to be suspended for the next couple of games. Just wondering if Berry can come in and do a job on the right side of midfield. But you're quite right, McElhatton and Cooper's performances in the last, month and a half or so, as the Diamonds have gradually been picking up results, have been sufficient to keep their place in the Diamond starting lineup. Of course, we mustn't forget that Gary Butterworth has been the player to make way for Mark Cooper, indeed. And prior to this season, Butterworth was always regarded as one of the first names on Brian Talbot's team sheet.
I suppose it's one of the problems of having so many players in your squad. You never know from one week to the next quite who's going to be the form player. But as it is, it's Kettering coming forward. Nice little play there, but McNamara's touch letting him down. We're approaching the half-time interval. There's been a few things to talk about, but not much in terms of the footballing sense on what's been going on the pitch. It's been a very tight battle and no space, no creative play by either side, and as we approach half-time, the fans will be beginning to wonder where the goals are going to come from.
Well, you do tend to think, as the ball is pumped into the Kettering box there, that Rushden would indeed settle for a point at Rockingham Road this afternoon. Kettering need the win, and with only 4 games to play after today, they need to win the lot, to be quite truthful. But that's half-time. It's been one of those typical local derby scenarios. Plenty of passion, but not too much football being played. 0-0 at half-time.
I think both managers will want to say to their players at half-time, come on now, lads, get out there and try and win it in the second half. There really is everything to play for.
Well, Kettering Town 0, Rushden and Diamonds 0 at half-time. Join us in a couple of minutes for the second half from Rockingham Road.
Pegasus Software, the business accounting and management software provider, is proud to sponsor Northants TV's coverage of the Poppies. Pegasus Software, accounting for your success.
Northants TV's Match of the Week is sponsored by Dr. Martins in association with Rushden Diamonds Football Club. The winning combination.
Everybody's coming to La Poste, a wine bar that's value for money with drinks promotions each month, maximum sounds and a party atmosphere. Once we've whet your appetite, come inside and find the Pulse. Let it take you to the ultimate in entertainment. The only meeting place that offers to take you all the way and leave you begging for more. We'll intoxicate your senses with the state-of-the-art lighting equipment and supply you with the best DJs and vibes about. With live acts each week, where else gives you top value and top entertainment? 2 for the price of 1 is our promise to you. La Poste and the Pulse. Feel the beat.
Friday's OTT night. Buy one, get one free with a special ladies' night on the last Friday of every month. Saturdays, it's the Adrenaline Zone.
And there's half-price admission before 11 at the Pulse.
Come to Trade Carpet's Carpet Supercentre, the largest stockist in the Midlands. We have an enormous selection of carpets, vinyls, rugs, woodblock and safety flooring for both homes and commercial premises. And all goods in stock at our vast warehouse are available for immediate collection, delivery or fitting. And there's a massive selection of roll-ends at unbelievable prices. We guarantee to beat any competitor's price, or we'll give you an extra 25% discount. For free estimates, sample service and advice on insurance claims, call in today at Abington Square, Northampton, Montague Street, Kettering, Higham Road, Rushden, or Midland Road, Wellingborough, or free phone 0500 86 8600. Plus quote Northants TV for an extra discount. Carpet Supercentre, low on price, but tops for service.
The world of motoring is changing, and we're leading the way. At Townsend, you can now choose your new T-Reg model from our showroom or browse through the used cars on our impressive internet site. We've the time to help you make up your mind. Whether it's trouble with your tuning or new tyres you require, we're the one-stop shop for the motorist. From buying to body repairs, servicing to spares, we care for your cars and now offer a full car wash, wax and polish, and we're Motability accredited. With a 50-year history of superb service and dedicated factory-trained staff, you can rely on us. Townsend's of Rushden, a local family business with that personal touch. Drop into High Street South Rushden or call us on 01933 359 111.
What, no shed? Don't get left out in the cold. Come into the warm with A&J Sectional Buildings, manufacturers of high-quality garden sheds and summer houses. We have local sites at Fircroft Nurseries in Corby, Poddington Garden Centre and summer garden buildings at Wyvale Garden Centre, Northampton. We can supply and erect ready-made garden sheds in standard or heavy-duty structures. Made-to-measure buildings can also be supplied to fill that odd-shaped corner in any garden. A&J Sectional Buildings, a family business that puts quality before quantity.
Cheers! Cheers! Cheers!
Cheers Bar of Queen Street, Rushden. For friendly faces, fun atmosphere and a fantastic night out. With top entertainment, theme evenings and always stock your favourite beers and lagers. Sher, ABBA and Meatloaf are all regulars here because Thursday night is karaoke night and your chance to strut your stuff. So whether you want to relax, recharge or rack 'em up, make Cheers Bar of Rushden your local. Hello Bob! Cheers Bar, where everyone knows your name.
Cheers!
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 Choose Bob Kirk Supplies of Rushden for all your industrial, hygiene and cleaning materials, paper products and disposables. We specialise in supplying kitchen and catering environments where colour coding and cleaning plans are essential. And we have ready-made plans available to save you time and trouble. And just look at the results. The quality of our material speaks for itself. Why wait for the products you need today? Ring Bob Kirk Supplies on 01933 317 920. And there's no need to struggle, we'll deliver everything you need, usually the same day. Bob Kirk Supplies of Rushden, always at your service.
Do you wake up suffering from aches and pains? The reason could be your bed. That's why more and more people are discovering the joy of getting a good night's sleep with an Adjustomatic adjustable bed. Adjustomatic beds can give comfort to sufferers of a wide range of conditions. Contour the position of your bed for maximum support. Put your feet up to read or relax, or sit up to watch television. Unlike most other adjustable beds, Adjustomatic has an easy reach facility. That means your bedside table stays beside you at all times. No wonder Adjustomatic has thousands of satisfied customers.
It's very, very comfortable. I certainly wake up feeling a lot more refreshed.
We hadn't had such a good night's sleep for ages. It really was wonderful.
Find out how you could get a better night's sleep and wake up feeling refreshed. Call 01933 27 79 77 now for further information and a free demonstration. That's 01933 27 79 77. Adjustomatic, your first choice for comfort, quality and service.
Northants TV's Match of the Week is sponsored by Dr. Martins in association with Rushden Diamonds Football Club. The winning combination.
Pegasus Software, the business accounting and management software provider, is proud to sponsor Northants TV's coverage of the Poppies. Pegasus Software, accounting for your success.
Well, during the half-time interval at Rockingham Road, we're being treated to more action in this 15 minutes than we saw in the entirety of the first 45.
Andrew, wasn't that a magnificent save? Rocky the polar bear flinging himself to his right to stop that shot from Tommy the Diamonds mascot. And Rocky's turn now. Oh, blasting the ball past the Tommy.
Nice
He
finish.
didn't move. What a
Nice finish.
What a tremendous penalty that was. Biggest cheer of the afternoon for that one.
Yep, without a doubt. But seriously, there wasn't a lot.
Oh, hang on, look, he's taking his boot off. That's not fair. That's not fair.
Well, it might not be fair, but if the referee doesn't see it, he can get away with it.
The Diamonds fans approved of it, but not in the spirit of the game. And Rocky, we can see he's taken one of Tommy's boots. This will show you how to take a penalty.
Well, it's a Kettering penalty against the Diamonds keeper.
Oh, what a goal! Now look at this. Look at this. Tremendous excitement and well deserved by Rocky. He's a tremendous polar bear, you know.
A tremendous polar bear. Well, what's a bad polar bear then?
You haven't seen some polar bears taking penalties, I can tell you. Anyway, back to the serious stuff now. Mr. Park's getting the second half underway, and I'm sure both managers will have urged their players to improve on their first half performance. It was all a bit disappointing in truth, wasn't it, Andre?
Well, certainly. But then again, I mean, what more could we have expected, really? Local derbies tend to be tight and scrappy, and that's exactly how this one is turning out. Rushden have scored 3 times in their last 2 matches, but I don't think they're going to be emulating that today.
They've also conceded 2 in each of their last 2 matches, I think. So really, the games they've been playing have involved lots of goals. But equally, we've got 2 sides whose defensive records this season have been very impressive, and it's hardly surprising that the game's a bit deadlocked.
Underwood now. His attempted ball to Cooper was intercepted there by Fisher. The ball's played up towards Barkley, but Rodwell intercepts, knocks it forward. Chance for D'Souza. Well, right at the start of this second half, D'Souza enjoyed more space then than he got in the entirety of the first half, but snatched at his shot. That goes down as a good chance wasted.
I think we can see here, actually, Andrew, that although he had time, there was a challenge there from Colin Vowden, which was just enough to put D'Souza off. Very important, that, from Colin Vowden. He's had a tremendous season for Kettering, played every game, and has been a tower of strength in the Poppies' defence, as well, of course, as being the captain of the side.
Well, Miquel D'Souza there scored his first goal for the Diamonds in a couple of months down at Leek on Tuesday night. He hasn't really lived up to expectations since moving to Nene Park from Peterborough just before Christmas. Scored 3 or 4 goals as the ball's knocked into the box there from Rayner, but gets deflected through to Smith. And well, he's enjoying partnering Darren Collins up front. D'Souza, as a slip by Vowden, threatens to let in Collins there, who shoots waywardly.
It's just a sign to the Poppies' defence, so that Darren Collins is so quick, so strong. He gets past Colin Vowden there, pushing him out of the way. turning on that snapshot on the turn, but high wide and not really that handsome, if the truth's known.
Still 0-0 at Rockingham Road. 10 minutes into the second half.
Pretty much a repeat of the first half so far. Neither side able to create any openings that are going to cause the defences too much trouble. D'Souza we saw at the start of the second half, and that from Darren Collins a moment ago. But Kettering really have done little to threaten a solid Diamonds defence, and Carl Adams giving the ball away there in midfield. McElhatton there. The ball knocked forward, but again it's an aimless ball. Paul Cox trying to clear it, but it ricochets off D'Souza. He's looking for support, holding off Paul Cox. He turns, trying to get to the byline to get across, but Paul Cox closing him down very well, and that's good work by Paul Cox. Another of the Poppies triumvirate at the back.
Well, that's Underwood taking the throw in. Heggs tries to spin away, plays the ball in low. Once again, totally wasted. And Carl Heggs, to be honest, has flattered to deceive in, well, I would say the last month or so. This is Collins turning inside, trying to go through them all. Collins fouled on the edge of the box by Colin Valden by the looks of things. And Collins is down and looks injured.
It looked to me, Andrew, as if that was a fantastic tackle from Colin Valden. We can see on slow motion just what happens here. It looks as if it's Craig Norman who got the first tackle in. Valden certainly won the ball, and I suppose that's why it's Craig Norman's name who's going in Mr. Park's book. Tremendous work from Colin Valden, though.
Collins sandwiched in between Norman and Valden. Certainly no doubt that Valden did get the ball there, but Cooper will probably fancy his chances from this sort of range. Scored a beautiful free kick against Dover a couple of weeks ago. The Kettering wall is reluctant to get back the requisite 10 yards, but eventually does so. Cooper does shoot. The Kettering fans enjoyed that one. Nowhere near the goal.
Adam Solid, I think, hardly having to move. No danger there at all, and hoots of derision from the Poppies fans behind the goal. But Kettering coming forward now. Carl Adams trying to play the ball forward, but Jim Rodwell clearing up. McElhatton playing it wide to Braid, it looks like, on the right there. Back to Rodwell, knocking it forward. D'Souza, but the ball cleared away.
That was Bradshaw. And Kettering trying to move forward now. That is Bradshaw again towards Branston. Well played by Guy Branston. Bradshaw takes over. And so difficult for the sides to keep possession here. Interceptions are coming in all over the show. This is Cooper.
I must say I've been impressed with the Diamonds defence. Bradshaw in particular has looked a very good player, and both sets of defenders really have snuffed out the threat from the attackers.
And when you consider that Ray Warburton not fit for this afternoon, although there were hopes that he would have made it, but thigh strain has ruled him out today. The defensive unit is probably the strongest department at Brian Talbot's disposal at the moment at Nene Park.
And the same applies to Kettering as well. It's been almost ever present this season, and the goals against figure in the Kettering statistics just demonstrates how good the back three have been. And here we can see the understanding between Cox and Valden. Good play there to clear away that danger. And Poppy's coming forward now. Matt Fisher running strongly at the Diamonds defence, but another pass goes astray, and the final pass from both sides really I think has been the weakness this afternoon, Andrew.
Just talking, you were just talking about the Kettering defence as well there, David. Worth noting as well that in all the rebuilding that Peter Morris has done this season since returning to Rockingham Road, of course, last summer, as the ball's played into the Kettering box there, cleared, Peter Morris has pretty much stuck with that defensive unit that played for Steve Berry and Kettering last season, and of course kept them up. Now McElhatton, good strike! Solid has to save, and that's the best moment we've had in the game so far.
Tremendous strike from McElhatton, must have been 30 yards out, but Adam Sollett made that save look easy. It'll just be interesting to see from this angle whether the ball was going into the back of the net. Well, Adam Sollett couldn't take any chance at all. Terrific one-handed save from him.
Might have dipped under the crossbar, and Michael McElhatton, who'd gone 21 games without scoring for Rushden, has scored 3 times in the last month and a half, and some important strikes which have won the Diamonds some points as well. That's Heggs, and trying to bustle his way through. Carl Heggs goes over, won't get the penalty. Well, Carl Heggs is well practiced in doing that inside the box, trying to trick referees into giving penalties. But Mr. Parks was having none of it then.
Might even have been a suggestion of handball there from Carl Heggs, but I think if he fell over anybody, it was one of his own players. There's McElhatton there. I think if he tripped over anybody, it was McElhatton's boot. Good decision by the referee. I think the referee's had a good game this afternoon.
That was Rayner, and Rushden with Brady are able to pick it up and try and move it forward. That was Collins up to D'Souza. McElhatton with Rayner. And there's a battle for you. McElhatton against Rayner. Both of those players are known for their heart on sleeve sort of attitude. That's McElhatton again.
Certainly has been a good battle, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why there hasn't been too much creative football, but good play by the Diamonds here. Branston getting the cross in, Craig Norman heading the ball away, Hayden knocking it on a bit further, but the Diamonds in control just at the minute. They're certainly playing the better football, not that they're playing that much themselves, as truth's known, but Craig Norman again there, clearing away the danger. Martin Matthews tidying up for Kettering, but still the Poppers having to defend. Oh, and there's Branston. Now that was a little bit naughty. Branston going down like a sack of potatoes under a tackle, looking to be badly injured, and then up like a jackrabbit.
That was Underwood. And Branston getting predictable stick from the home fans. This is McElhatton now, wants to shoot. Well struck, but nowhere near the target from Michael McElhatton. And once again, we're no nearer to a goal. Still 0-0 at Rockingham Road, and it's going to stay that way.
And I think it's a sign of the game that the nearest we're coming to goals are long-range shots, which generally speaking are not likely to beat goalkeepers of either Sollett or Smith's ability.
That was Cooper prodding the ball into the danger zone. Now Paul Underwood flicks the ball back to Guy Branston. And Kettering have won that, and Branston has to get back and knock the ball out of play as McNamara and Branston get involved in a little bit of argy-bargy, and the referee, fair play to the referee, he's in there like a flash to say cut it out. Certainly been pretty impressive this afternoon. Well, that throw-in's been taken. Cooper slides in, and there's going to be trouble here. Rain is involved, Collins as well, and players are piling in all over the show, and there's going to be some trouble here and some cards shown. Collins was definitely involved.
There was a punch there, wasn't there? It looked to me as if it was Cooper or Collins hit Rayner.
Well, Cooper was the player sliding in initially for the foul, but Collins definitely got involved after that. It was Cooper and Fisher. Now that's certainly a bookable offence at least for Mark Cooper.
That was a dreadful challenge, and there we can see quite clearly that Collins comes in and at least lays hands on Rayner.
Well, that's pretty conclusive, isn't it? That was the original foul. Cooper will get punished for that in time. Rayner piles in, which he probably shouldn't have done, and then Collins, that's unforgivable. A punch is thrown there by Darren Collins, and we're going to see a red card for sure here. Well, it's a yellow for Cooper. Peter Morris in the front of the shot there, probably wanted more, and Collins is walking, although a card hasn't been shown. Is he expecting the inevitable? It looks as if he is.
Well, it must be well, it is a red card. It has to be. You can't throw punches like that. And he came from about 25 yards, charging in.
Absolutely.
Totally unnecessary. It has to be said, Darren Collins has been on a short fuse all afternoon. And while the Diamonds fans may not agree with the decision, I think that the referee did the only thing he could there to defuse what could have been a very, very unpleasant situation.
Well, absolutely, and Kettering trying to capitalise immediately on a one-man advantage. Darren Collins can't have any complaints for being sent off. but significantly the Diamonds are down to 10 men, and that will mean probably a 3-match ban for Darren Collins now. And with 7-8 games left of the season for Rushden, he's going to miss some vital games.
Well, I think it was interesting that the referee showed him the red card, didn't show him a second yellow. Corner coming in there, cleared away by Bradshaw, and still the ball bobbing around in the Diamonds area. Carl Adams knocking the ball in, but the Diamonds defenders getting in each other's way, but able to clear it only as far as Hayden. Good spell this for Kettering. They do have the man over that extra man because of the Collins send-off, and the Diamonds look to be in a bit of disarray. Carl Heggs going down there. I couldn't see anything wrong with Paul Cox's challenge there, but the referee gives the free kick.
Well, Kettering Town, who have never beaten Rushden Diamonds and indeed have only scored once against them in 4 previous conference meetings, will never have a better chance than today, because they're a man up with just over 20 minutes to go of this local derby at Rockingham Road. Still goalless, but Kettering have 11 and the Diamonds are down to 10 men.
I just wonder though whether, because it was a striker who was sent off, how much difference it will make to the Diamonds defensive formation. I'm sure that Brian Talbot will tell his defence just carry on as you've been playing before.
Well, fair point, David. By the looks of things, D'Souza's just been left on his own up front to get what he can for Rushden this afternoon, as the Diamonds' best hope of getting a goal now is probably on the counter. But just looking at the Diamonds bench, Brian Talbot hasn't even been that willing to make a change either by the looks of things. So, as you say, he's probably happy with the way things are.
I think he's got Adrian Foster on the bench, but it would only, if he brought him on as another striker, he's got to take one of his midfield or defence men off, and I'm sure that Brian Talbot will probably be saying to himself now, well, if we can't win, at least we mustn't lose.
Well, no doubt about it, the Diamonds would settle for a point. But for Kettering, the need is greater. And that's D'Souza winning the ball in the air. Coming across to deal with him is Colin Bowden, and indeed does deal with him. That's the Diamonds throw-in on this near side. Underwood trots forward to take it.
I just wonder, you know, Andrew, how easy it will be for Kettering to break down the 10 men of Rushden. Now they'll be concentrating so much more on the defence. Sometimes it's not quite as easy to play against 10 men as it is against 11, and Kettering deciding to make a substitution. It's David Williamson who's coming on to replace Martin Matthews. David Williamson signed, as I said earlier, this Wednesday. He had been playing football in Hong Kong. I know Peter Morris was keen to get his services at the start of the season, but young Williamson deciding that his future lay in Hong Kong. Clearly it hasn't, and now he's here at Rockingham Road making his debut in the biggest game of the season.
Eggs getting the ball in, which Solit was sprinting across to the near post to cover, but in the event Higgs' cross drifted out, and this game has got 0-0 all over it. Rodwell clearing at the other end for Rushden. Adams, and it's come to this near side. This is the substitute Williamson. Deep ball, which is cleared once again by Rodwell. Only as far though as Norman. Well, he's shaping himself up for a shot here, Craig Norman. Didn't get hold of it at all well, and Smith trots out to have a go at his defenders.
I think Craig Norman scored 1 goal this season with his right foot, and that's probably the only time he's ever scored with his right foot. Not actually a badly struck shot, but well off target, and again from long range. I don't think Smith would have had any problems with that, even if it had been on target.
Against Morecambe, wasn't it, that goal with the right foot?
Yes, I think it was, and a good goal it was too.
That was probably the most memorable game for Kettering fans at Rockingham Road this season. 6-0 over Morecambe as Heggs shoots for the 3rd time in this match. Heggs has got himself into a reasonable position, but has failed to deliver with a shot. Totally failing to get hold of it, and a grass cutter which Solit gathers.
Again, we could see long-range shooting. That's all that's being asked of the goalkeepers to defend. And here's Norman again, left foot this time, from even further out. even wider.
Ambitious.
Ambitious in the extreme. And the Poppies now making their second substitution. Adam Wilde, who made his debut last week at Cheltenham, is replacing Nick Hayden. Nick Hayden's had a good game this afternoon. He's worked away tirelessly in midfield alongside Rayner. But Adam Wilde impressed down at Cheltenham when he came on. Plays wide on the left-hand side and looks a useful player, product of the Cambridge United youth scheme.
D'Souza. With him is Vowden once again. And D'Souza losing out there under the attentions of two Kettering players. The other one was Fisher. Branston. Towards D'Souza. Bit of space for Heggs. He wants to shoot again, Carl Heggs. Need I say it, he failed to get hold of the shot. And Carl Heggs, for about the last couple of months, has quite simply failed to give us any glimpse of the sort of form he's shown whilst playing for the Cobblers in, let's not forget, 2 successive Wembley playoff finals. Chance for Kettering though at the other end. Bit of confusion. Oh, a great chance for Fisher. Straight at Smith. The best chance of the game is wasted for Kettering Town, and will they have a better one, David?
Well, it was a good effort. Matt Fisher, not a noted goal scorer, gets a shot in. I think we have to give credit to Smith there. He was out very quickly and he rode his luck, the rebound falling straight into his chest. Good chance though for Kettering, and well, they might rue that. Tottenham getting a battering there with that ball as it came in. Corner to Kettering. Carl Adams, poor effort there, putting the Diamonds defence under no pressure, but it's really the Poppies who are in charge. You'd expect that. They've got the extra man. They're pushing forward whenever they can, desperate for this goal.
It's all Kettering now. Craig Norman. Well, Craig Norman, once again, we've seen him deliver 2 efforts in the last couple of minutes. Another chance which is snuffed out by the Diamonds defence, and it's all Kettering. Talk about soaking up pressure from the Diamonds' point of view. They'll want to break on the counter-attack, but aren't getting the opportunity at the moment. Vowden spreads it out wide. Craig Norman, for the 3rd time in 3 minutes, shoots, and shoots very, very wildly.
He does indeed, and we're into the last 10 minutes now, and Kettering's still desperate for this goal. Of course, if they do get the goal, they'll go top of the conference again, having given up that lead to Cheltenham in midweek after a 15-minute run, but it's Branston coming through. Good run by Branston.
Branston wanted to go through them all there, ended up on his backside on the edge of the box and got nothing for it. Kettering will want to break, and realistically, David, do Kettering's chances of winning the championship expire if they don't win here today?
Well, probably, but it's still so tight. I think the die-hard Kettering fan will not give up. Oh, but dear oh me. Oh, Adam Solid falling over there, and lucky to fall into his area. He was very close to handling the ball outside the area, I think, but the title chances probably disappeared last week at Cheltenham, and the results really have got to go Kettering's way if they're going to do it. But even if it's a draw here today, there's still hope at Rockingham Road amongst the faithful that with all the other teams having to play each other, anything can happen yet.
That's Adams, gathered by Smith, and that could well be the last action we're going to see at Rockingham Road this afternoon. It's been a largely disappointing match, although then again, what were we to expect in a local derby? No quarter asked, none given, and the final score from Rockingham Road is Kettering 0, Rushden Diamonds 0. Probably the most influential man of the afternoon is him, the referee, Mr. Parks. He sent Darren Collins off on 65 minutes for a punching Paul Rayner, and in the end, I suppose, David, both sides cancelled each other out, simple as that.
Yeah, I think that's right, certainly in the first half and the second half. I think after Collins was sent off, Diamonds looked to me as if they were going to settle for a point. It does put them top of the conference, whatever happens, and it may be on reflection that Kettering would have preferred to have played against 11 men for the whole of the game, but honours even, and I think on the balance of play that's probably just about right.
Thanks very much, David. 0-0 the final score from Rockingham Road. Kettering and Rushden meet, of course, again on the last day of the season. By then, the title could already be decided, but not a great game today. It's finished 0-0.